Professor Kareth's breathing sacs fluttered nervously inside his reinforced environmental suit. The expedition had barely touched the surface of VORTAN IX, yet every sensor reading screamed the same, warning extreme hazard. The insectoid xenobiologist adjusted the data tablet strapped to his forearm. The atmospheric pressure is unstable. Gravity is 1.28 standard. Toxic spores detected in the lower atmosphere. Temperature swings approaching lethal levels. Around him, the alien research team moved, cautiously across the jagged terrain. Every step was calculated, every movement careful, because VORTAN X was classified as a Class-8 Deathworld. Only the most dangerous planets receive that designation. Planets where life evolved through endless violence. Planets where survival meant constant war against the environment itself. Commander Trelvac, the armored security officer assigned to the mission, scanned the horizon with a charged plasma rifle. Remain alert. Predatory life forms have already been detected within a 2-kilometer radius. A sudden metallic clang interrupted the tension. Behind them, a human woman casually dropped a crate of survey equipment onto the ground. Dr. MAYA TORRES stretched her arms like someone arriving at a campsite. Not a death world, not a nightmare planet, just another day. Outdoors, Kareth turned slowly. Dr. Torres. You are aware of the danger levels on this world. The human adjusted the strap of her backpack and looked around at the wind-swept cliffs and crimson skies. This place kind of reminds me of Nevada. The alien team stared. Kareth blinked all 4 of his eyes. I assure you, Nevada is not classified as a Class-8 Deathworld. Torres grinned. Give it time? The ground trembled. A deep rumbling roar rolled across the canyon. Commander Trelvac immediately raised his rifle. Movement detected. A massive creature emerged from behind a ridge. 8 legs, thick armored plates, a head filled with serrated teeth, the size of daggers. It moved like a living tank. The alien researchers froze in terror. That is an apex predator, whispered Kareth. Neural scans indicate extreme aggression. The creature lowered its head and charged. Weapons powered up, emergency beacons activated. Several scientists screamed, but drive. MAYA Torres simply sighed. Oh, come on. She reached into her pack, pulled out a sealed food ration, and tossed it forward. The predator skidded to a halt. It sniffed the air, then cautiously approached the ration. The creature devoured it in a single bite. Its massive tail began slowly swaying. Torres stepped forward. Commander Trelvac shouted in horror. Stop. Too late. The human reached out and scratched the monster behind its armored jaw. The beast made a deep rumbling sound. Not a roar. A purr. Silence. And fell across the canyon. Kareth's tablet slipped from his hands. That creature can tear apart armored vehicles. Torres shrugged. Yeah, big animals usually look scary. She scratched the predator's head again. Back on Earth, we have bears that do the same thing. The alien team stared in disbelief. But its aggression patterns, Hungry said. Torres, and probably curious. The creature nudged her shoulder gently. See, total, sweetheart. The rest of the survey only grew stranger. Plants labeled extremely corrosive by galactic databases were casually identified by Torres as basically spicy weeds. Airborne spores considered toxic were filtered easily by simple Terran-breathing masks. Temperature spikes that forced the alien scientists back into their shuttle were dismissed by Torres as a little warm today. But the moment that truly shattered their understanding came 3 hours later. The sky suddenly exploded with light. A violent electromagnetic storm rolled across the planet. Bolts of ionized plasma crackled through the clouds. Their sensors screamed warnings. Radiation surge, shouted Commander. Trelvac. Return to the shuttle immediately. The alien scrambled. Systems began failing. Equipment sparked. But drive. MAYA Torres stood still, looking up, smiling. Wow, that is gorgeous. She pulled out a camera. Kareth stared in disbelief. You are admiring the storm. Yeah, she said. Looks like an aurora. Eh? What light show caused by solar particles? Hitting the magnetic field? She snapped several photos. People on Earth travel thousands of kilometers to see these. Commander. Trelvok stared at the radiation readings. Those energy levels should be damaging your cells. Torres shrugged. Earth's star throws tantrums. Humans evolved with it. She tapped her temple. Our bodies are really good at fixing. Damaged kind of a survival requirement. The storm faded. The alien team slowly emerged from the shuttle, still shaken, still confused. Kareth began recording his final field report. Preliminary conclusion: VORTAN IX remains a Class-8 Deathworld. He glanced toward Dr. MAYA TORRES. The human was still petting the massive predator like a house cat. However, the classification appears to be relative. Later, as they boarded the shuttle for orbit, Kareth turned to the human. One question remains. Torres looked up. What is that? What environment would a human consider truly dangerous? The woman thought about it for a moment. Then she laughed. That is easy. She buckled into her seat. Summer in Australia, the alien. Scientists exchanged horrified looks. Kareth slowly closed his report.